Hello student. Now we are discussing about mirrors. So what are mirrors? A completely polished or shining surface which reflects almost all the light incident on it is called a mirror. It has a surface which is shining surface, and all the light incident on it almost all the light reflects. The other side of a mirror is opaque or non-shining. There are two types of mirror. One is plane mirror and the other is curved mirror. Now, plane mirror. If the reflecting surface of a mirror is a plane or flat, the mirror is called a plane mirror. This plane mirror in which we we used to see our face on the dressing table or in washrooms. So there are four characteristics of a plane mirror. They are obtained image is always virtual and erect. So if we obtain the image on the plane mirror, so it is always virtual and erect. Size of the image is equal to that of the object. It means that both image and object have a same size. Third one, obtain image as far behind the mirror as the object in front of it. It means uh, the distance at which object plays in front of mirror, the image is also obtained at the same distance in on behind the mirror. Obtained image is laterally inverted. It means left right side are inverted. As for example, one is appeared as uh, opposite in left right side inverted image. We have seen ambulance which are left and right side inverted uh, on the ambulance. Now second one is curved mirror. The curved mirror, a mirror whose reflecting surface is a part of a hollow sphere, is called a spherical mirror. The surface is curved. A shining surface is curved, and due to the curved reflecting surface, spherical or curved mirrors are of two types. They are concave mirror and convex mirror. A spherical mirror with reflecting surface curved inward. It means the reflecting surface is inside. It is inward, and inside is called the concave mirror. And a spherical mirror with reflecting surface curved outside. The outermost side is the shining surface. Uh, it is called the convex mirror. So here the diagram, a parallel beam of light generally converges after reflection. It means when a parallel beam of light incident on the concave mirror, they reflected from the surface of the mirror, and after reflection they meet at a point. That's why it is called the converging lens, converging mirror. And in a convex mirror, a parallel light beam generally diverges after reflection, hence this mirror is called the diverging mirror. Here the um, incident rays after reflection, they move uh, they move outside, but if we extend them uh, backward, they appear to meet at a point. This is here. So they appear to meet at a point. It is called the uh, diverging rays. That's why it is called diverging mirror. In a concave mirror, real and virtual image is formed, and object depending on the position of the object. The position of image is depend on the position of the object in front of mirror. Here it always forms a virtual image. In concave mirror, virtual image is always bigger than the object, whereas in a convex mirror, there is no real and inverted image, but in virtual image is always smaller than the object. Now, uh, terms related to spherical mirrors. So some terms which are important to understand the spherical mirrors and is image formations. So here it is a sphere, and Mn is the mirror which is a part of the sphere, and non-reflecting surface is displayed like this. Now terms. First one is pole. So here it is indicated by capital P. The center of the reflecting surface. We have the reflecting surface. We have discussed in the last lecture as a spoon. So the inward side of the spoon is concave mirror. It acts as a concave mirror, and the center of this reflecting surface is called the pole. Now, center of curvature. So this mirror, the center of the hollow sphere. This mirror is a part of a hollow sphere. The center of this hollow sphere is called the center of curvature. Now, in a convex mirror, the center of curvature lies behind the mirror. Convex mirror, the center of curvature lies behind the mirror, hence it is virtual for convex mirror. In a concave mirror, the center of curvature lies in front of the mirror, hence it is real for concave mirror. So, this is the center of curvature, and in a concave mirror, it is in front of mirror. It is called the real point, real center of curvature, and in this is the convex mirror. The sphere is the center of sphere is here. It is behind the mirror, so it is virtual. Center of curvature is not a part of the mirror because is it outside the mirror, so it is not a part of a mirror. Now radius of curvature r. The radius of a hollow sphere from which the spherical mirror is formed, it means reflecting surface is formed. Here in the diagram PC, this is P and this is C. So this distance PC is called the radius of the curvature. Now, principal axis. The imaginary straight line passing through the center of curvature C and pole P of the curved mirror. So this is the principal axis which is passes through P and C. It is called the principal axis. Principal axis is normal to the spherical mirror at its pole. Now principal focal point. The point where the rays parallel to the principal axis meet after reflection in case of concave mirror for appear to meet in a case of a convex mirror after the reflection by extended backward is called the principal focus. So from this, okay, This is the concave mirror, and this is the parallel rays when incident on the mirror and after reflection it meet at a point, it is called the focal point F. And this is the convex mirror, and the parallel rays incident and after reflection they diverge, but if we extend backward it appears to meet at a point, it is called the focus, principal focus of the convex mirror. Now okay, seventh page. Here, this is the page number 8, and here on the seventh page, this is the on the page number 7, the diagram. Now, principal focus lies in front of concave mirror, hence it is real point for the concave mirror. Principal focus lies behind the convex mirror, and it is virtual point for convex mirror. So here it is in front of mirror, it is called the real, and this is the on behind the mirror, it is called virtual. It is not a part of a curved mirror. Now, focal length. The distance between the pole F and the principal focus of the spherical mirror. So here, pole and focus. The distance between pole and focus is called the focal length. Now, the relation between the radius of curvature and focal length. So, for the mirror of small aperture, the radius of curvature is double than the focal length, or the focal length is half of the radius of curvature. R is equal to 2f and f is equal to 2r. The focal length is f, and radius of curvature is r. So r is double than focal length, and focal length is half of the radius of curvature. Now aperture. The diameter of the edge of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror is called the aperture. So aperture is, this is m and this is n, it is the reflecting surface. This is the diameter of reflecting surface. It is called the aperture of the mirror. From the aperture, the light rays comes and reflect from the surface, from this mn diameter. This is called aperture. Now, in activity 10.2, textbook page number 162. This is the 162, page number 10.2, activity number 10.2. So this is the activity to determine the focal length of the curved mirror, in short, concave mirror. So here is the concave mirror. It is placed on the stand in such a way that the sun rays directly incident on the mirror, and at a point where the image of sun is point like, at that point a paper is placed. So what happened? Initially paper turns black. After some time, if paper is steady, then after some time paper turns black. Then smoke comes out, and finally it starts to burn. The parallel sun rays incident on the reflecting surface and are converge at a point as a sharp bright spot by the mirror. You know that the sun is very much, its diameter is very much higher than the earth, but its image is appeared point like. It is the sharp bright spot at this point the solar energy is concentrated, so heat at that point is increased. So the ignition temperature of paper is increased and paper is burned. Okay. So here the two question in homework there. Please write this question in your notebook. And here the end of the session.